Good morning, this is Liz Campbell at Yoga Gym. And today we're going to do kind of a practice where we're going to play around with energy. Energy mostly according to Ayurveda, which is ether, air, fire, water, and earth. Ether is the space. Air is movement. Fire is the transformational element that helps us digest our foods and emotions. Water is that substance that helps us metabolize things. And then earth element grounds us. So ether, air, fire, water, and earth. And I will just say in these times of stress, one of the things that Ayurveda would recommend to us is that we try as best we can to maintain some sort of a regular schedule. So going to bed and getting up at the same time every day, even if you're working from home. Eating your meals the same time every day. And then plugging in hours. If you have children, I would even make a written schedule and schedule in what they're going to do. When are they going to clean their rooms? When are they going to sit down and do their homework? When are they going to have playtime? And schedule that in, and then look at how that can jive with your schedule and what it is that you need to get done in your day. And write it out on a chart so everybody can see it. And that's really going to help make the days a little bit easier. The children know what to expect, and your body knows what to expect. And of course, we hope you'll keep in that schedule some yoga time. Some of y'all have sent me messages telling me that some of the practices you're going to do with your children, that you think it'll help them, and that makes me really happy. So just come to standing in Tadasana, feet hip distance apart, pressing into the four corners and breathing here. Bringing your hands to Anjali Mudra at the heart center. As you inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Exhaling back to the heart. 2 more times. Once more. Utkatasana. Bringing the arms down and up as you inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, slide the hands down the midline. Inhale as you press back up. And exhale to the heart center. Keep going. Inhaling up. Exhale. Bend the knees. Bring the knees right over the second toe. And as you inhale, come back up. And exhale to the heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, Utkatasana. This means power pose. You want to find the place where you're most powerful in your body. Go 2 more times. Inhale. Last one. Arms down, breathing here. And then bring your hands to the fronts of the legs. Bend the knees, let the sits bones come back. Slide down, hinging at the hips, tipping the pelvis towards the thighs. The upper back stays straight, long, and slide back up. I'm going to turn sideways so you can just see what that looks like. And bend your knees as much as you need to here. to get that hip hinge. One more time. And then bring that to a close and just bring your hands low on your hips here and keep the heart center open. So we have a tendency to have this curve in the upper back, this little misalignment, because we're either on a keyboard or on our cell phones or we're driving a car. And this gets built in, and we want to counterpose that by lengthening, bringing the shoulders back and down and bringing the ears over the shoulders. And so you feel like you're kind of poking your heart center out, but this is actually the way to stand where you have your bones stacked one on top of the other. We want to counterbalance that. It's called kyphosis, this forward leaning posture. So stand tall here, bring your hands low on your hips, and we're just going to hinge forward and lift back up. And you don't have to come very far here. Engage the root lock in the pit of the belly. So lift up on the muscles of the pelvic floor, draw the navel in, hinge, and lift up. So what you don't want to do is this. We don't want this bend at the waist and for the shoulders to lean forward. You want to keep this opening, and right here at the hips, right here where the legs meet the pelvis, we're just hinging forward and lifting up. And then as you feel the body start to release a little bit, you can begin to go a little deeper if you like, staying in a half forward fold. So it's always a half forward fold if you're hinging at the hips and the back is flat. One more time like that, hinging forward and lifting up. And then bring your hands to the heart, and we're just going to add some flowy arms to this. So inhale, bring the arms up, and as you exhale, bring the arms to a T position. Now rotate so the palms are facing the wall behind you, and bring the arms towards each other, hinge forward, and then lifting up. Bring the hands down the midline. Inhale here. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale up. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now, bring your hands down, just take a few breaths. I'm just going to scoot my mat back a little bit so I think you'll be able to see better. So, you know, we're still working on production quality here at Yoga Gym. So, so now, bring your feet about shoulder distance apart. So we're going to do, this is really fun. It's called Woodchopper. This is we like to think that we always are relaxed and calm, but sometimes we just have this need to just diffuse some negative energy we may be carrying. You just want to kind of sweep it away, sweep it away, sweep it away. So if you bring your feet out about shoulder distance apart and lace your hands together, this is called Woodchopper. So you lift your arms up, and as you exhale, bend the knees. Always let those sits bones come back a little bit when you bend your knees, and you chop. And when you chop, you make the noise ha. And so we're going to do that 8 times in rapid succession. When we're done with our 8 times, I'll say last one, and then just stand and breathe and notice how that feels. Know that in class, students oftentimes will kind of giggle afterwards because it's funny and it feels good. And so if you want to laugh afterwards, that's fine. But please shout as loud as you can. So here we go. Inhale, the arms come up and go, ha, 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 Last one. Ha! Stand and breathe. Again, lacing the fingers together. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale as you chop 8 times. Ha! 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 Last one. Ha! Stand and breathe. And once more, lacing the fingers together, inhaling up. Ha! 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 Last one. Ha! Standing here, breathing. And then bring your feet back into Tadasana, right underneath the hips. Stand up nice and tall here. So, because Woodchopper is it's a very focused and forceful energetic, we want to now diffuse some of that energy. And the way we do it is with breath of joy. And this is how I do breath of joy. If you look it up online, there are all kinds of different ways, but this gets to the energetic, and I feel like it's the safest way. So the arms come across like this, and down, and up, and down. So just come with me like this, arms across, fling them down, fling them up, and down, cross, down, up, down. And it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. A little sniffing breath through your nose, so I'm going to demonstrate. Once more. And then just stay here and breathe. And just notice if your energy has shifted. So while Woodchopper releases the throat chakra and brings the energy up and out here, breath of joy disperses the energy, and you might feel a little bit lightheaded. It brings the energy way up here. You may feel a little bit lightheaded. Anytime in any practice, especially breath practices, that you feel dizzy, you should just stop. Stop, come back to your breath and wait for that to clear, and then try it again. It takes some time because you're using the diaphragm as a muscle, and then the intercostal muscles between the ribs. You're using those to manipulate the breath, and sometimes it just takes a while for the musculoskeletal and cardiovascular and respiratory systems to accommodate what you're asking them to do. Okay, so one more time, breath of joy, and I'll just go, it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So just follow me. One more. And then stay here and breathe. Now, go ahead and step your feet out. We're going to do something called Raincode Arms. And when I do Raincode Arms, I like you to tap the body. So it's like you're standing here and you have a raincoat over your shoulders, but you don't have your arms in the sleeves. And you just start twisting from side to side and let your arms sort of fling out and then hit you, not hard, but hit you. And then start tapping and tapping and tapping and tapping. So giving yourself a little postural percussion, and you're tapping all along the stress band. So you're tapping where the liver and the gallbladder and the spleen are on the front, and on the back you're tapping into the adrenal glands, which sit above the kidneys. And the idea is this tapping or vibration just sort of releases any stagnation you have there, and releases that. So there's not a lot of scientific evidence for that, but in the yoga world, it's a theory. And then bring this to a close, and then just stay here and breathe, inhaling and exhaling. And again, notice how you feel. So those practices were pretty dynamic, and you may feel it. You may feel your energy is like vibrating. So we've activated fire here, and we activated with breath of joy. This was a lot of air, energy, and ether. As we're filling the space here, that's ether. We're filling the space here, that's ether. And then this was fire energy, because twists are always getting into the fire center here. And now I want to get into some water and earth. Of course, Utkatasana. So just do Utkatasana again. We open with this, bending the knees. This is a very earthy posture. You can feel yourself connecting to the earth. And this is good to do when the anxiety is high. Go one more time. Inhale up and exhale, bringing the arms down, and just come back to standing. And another pose I love to do is called goddess pose. So goddess pose, you have your feet maybe wider than shoulder distance apart. And then it's up to you how far out you turn your feet. You just want to find a position that feels good. And again, you bend the knees. You want the knees to go out this way over the second toe. And so you might have to bring your sits bones back to keep the knees over here. So this is better than this. You don't want to tuck the pelvis under and have the knees going forward, because that's hard on the knee joint. The knee joint is a hinge joint, and it's hard. So bringing your hands here, just bend and straighten. Do that a couple times. Bend and straighten. One more time, just getting those hip rotators working. And then come back up to standing and bring your arms out to this is called five-pointed star. So you just want to feel the radiance of a five-pointed star. And then bend the elbows, bring the arms into cactus, bend the knees, and then press back up. So this is inhale and exhale. Here's your power. Inhale and exhale. So you're a goddess. It's goddess pose, so be powerful. And go one more time, star, and one more time, goddess. And then just come on back up and bring your arms out and down, and heel toe, step in. Go ahead and rock back and forth just a little bit. And then the last active pose we'll do is we'll come back to the pose we did in the balance practice. So bring your feet about shoulder distance apart and your hands here. And then just start bending and straightening. So instead of an earthy pose, make this a watery energy. So I'm not sure how well it will translate on video, but we're just kind of bobbing down and up, like if you ever went fishing with those red and white bobbers, how they just bob up and down on the lake or the pond. And then the next time you bend, bring your weight onto your left foot, roll up on the ball of the right, and then back through center and roll up on the ball of the left. So as you go from side to side, you're transferring the weight slowly, mindfully, giving your body as much time as it needs, and then lift the left foot and come back to the center, and lift the right and come back to center, and just keep going like this. And you can move as quickly or as slowly as you like, but I recommend you slow it down. Slow it way down. as if you have all the time in the world. You're on yoga time. This is inhale and exhale as you bend the knees. Inhale as you straighten, draw the navel to the spine. Exhale as you bend. Inhale, straighten the knee, draw the navel in, and exhale. And when you're ready, bring that to a close. Just stay here and breathe. And then we'll come down onto our backs for Shavasana. But before we do that, bring your feet hip distance apart, bend the knees, slide down and up 3 times, just to release any tension you might have accumulated in the low back. One more time. And then again, just come down onto your mat. And a great way to come down is to slide down, bring your hands down, and then come on to your back. Your feet are about shoulder distance apart, and if you'll turn the palms up, that will help the shoulder blades press forward, opening the heart center. Make sure you're not hyperextended here. That the occiput is on the floor, that nabi on the back of the head, and just breathe here. We'll be here for a few minutes. When it's time to come up, I'll ring the singing bowl 3 times. So taking your time to come back into the room, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bend your knees, placing them flat on the mat, and gently rock from side to side. And when you're ready, roll onto your right side. You might want to stay there for a breath or 2 in the fetal position, enjoying the support of the earth. And when you're ready, use your hands to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And bringing your hands to Anjali Mudra at the heart center, just take a few breaths and notice how you feel. If you feel better, more balanced, more ready for your day. And take this off the mat and into your life. Namaste.